As Israel's government and its highest court headed towards an unprecedented showdown, the man at the center of the crisis announced he was leaving the stage. Yuli Edelstein told the Knesset, all but emptied by coronavirus restrictions, that he was resigning rather than follow a ruling to hold a vote on Wednesday for his successor.
The Supreme Court decision harms the sovereignty of the people and the sovereignty of the Knesset in a manner without precedent. The Supreme Court decision undermines the foundations of Israeli democracy.
The opposition accuses him of having damaged those foundations by denying their majority its right to elect a new speaker and start driving parliamentary business. Protesters outside the Knesset say the political crisis is, for now, more important than the threat being posed to public health and the economy by the coronavirus. This protest is taking place at a time when Israelis are waiting for an announcement about newly increased restrictions on movement in response to the coronavirus crisis. They say their actions here are legal and necessary. They accuse the government of trying to manipulate the crisis to its own political advantage.
Just the situation that the Speaker of the Knesset refuses to fulfill the orders of the Supreme Court is unthinkable in a normal society.
The opposition Blue and White Alliance, led by Benny Gantz, wants to start passing legislation that could hamper Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's long-term prospects of staying in office. They say that is why the Speaker has deferred his resignation for 48 hours to create another delay.
Once they have 61 and they have a Speaker and they have the committees, then the possibility is there that they can outlaw someone who's been indicted, someone who's on trial, from forming a government. And Netanyahu might find himself that he's actually an acting prime minister, but persona non grata from here on in.
Netanyahu, who faces trial in 3 corruption cases, has called for an emergency unity government with Blue and White, led by him. But such an outcome is far from certain, and now he faces the prospect of legislation challenging his ability to stand in a future rerun election. As the number of COVID-19 cases climbs, he's also facing criticism over long-term problems in the health system. A government report this week said Israel was ill-prepared to deal with an epidemic. On Wednesday evening, tougher measures came into force designed to spread the load on the system. Israelis told to stay home, except for short walks of 100 meters from their doors. Among the exclusions, journeys for essential work, groceries, medical care, and political demonstrations. There may be more of those to come. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, West Jerusalem.